Happy New Year, everybody! Do you ever just wake up with like a bunch of inspirational monkey quotes inside of you that you just want to get out? Me! Looking at the astrology and like thinking about what this next year is going to be like, I think that part of what is going to occur is that the people are going to be required to come together in a way that we never really have before. It's going to be an interesting one. And for whatever reason, these monkey quotes are coming at me hot. Have you ever watched Rise of the Planet of the Apes? Or I'm not sure which one it is, but where Caesar is like, ape alone, weak. Ape together, strong, you know? Or Rafiki from Lion King. Excellent movie, by the way. It's the first Disney live action that I was like, this is good. Rafiki just spits fire the entire time. One of the quotes was, a single twig will smoke, but it requires many twigs to make a fire. And I think that coming into this next year, that's what I want, really, is for people to come together to be strong. So much of our society is broken apart and lives in these separate little modules. So, anyways, monkey quotes! I also want to talk about, what it means to be alone. Okay, so I'm having this thing of thinking like, we need to come together as a people, as communities, but also I've been thinking a lot about the power of loneliness. That's right! Being lonely is powerful. That can be one of the greatest teachers ever. Okay, and I just had an entire year, all right, of being alone. And that has been one of my greatest teachers, okay? Because what being alone gives to you, are you ready? Being lonely, what it gives to you is it holds up a mirror for you to see what it is that you need from other people that you cannot give yourself. Think about that for a second. And I think that what that looks like for everybody is different, okay? What we need from other people that we can't give ourselves is different for everybody. But for me, that looks like feeling like I needed validation from other people for my experience. Being alone on the river and having this magical experience, okay? And being like, holy shit, that was so cool. And then feeling like perhaps it didn't exist, or it didn't exist in a way that had value because I didn't experience it with anyone. So my summer of loneliness showed me, it was more than the summer, it was the whole year. My year of loneliness, particularly this summer, really showed me that I seek to have validation of my experience. And that's really kind of what I want from other people. But I also learned that I can give that to myself, What I experienced on the river's edge that was super cool happened, and it happened to me. And it was real. I don't need anybody else to validate that for me. I learned, in my year of loneliness that it's this. Your entire world can collapse to nothing, but you will always have you. And that counts for something. That is one of the most important things I've learned ever, okay? I always got me. You always got you, okay? Doesn't matter. That always exists. In my loneliness, what else did I learn? I learned that each person is on their own individual path. Okay. And we're all having these lessons that we're having to unlock. These things that we're supposed to learn. And I learned in my loneliness that, okay, yes, my path is my own, but other people's interplay in my life, the way that we are connected is deep, and we need each other to give us the substance that helps us navigate our own path, I guess. Like we give each other the tools that we need to unlock doors within ourselves. So it's like you're on your own path, doing your own thing, but you need other people to help you along your path. And I learned that there's an incredible value in each person on their own path, right? Because they may be learning a lesson that you've already learned, and it can be a refresher. They may be learning a lesson that you haven't even touched yet. You have no idea, but they can give you some context, and they can give you something in this life that's valuable. Each person's voice and experience is incredibly valuable. That's what I learned in my summer of loneliness. So, don't be afraid to be lonely. I think sorry, my dog's itching. Quit it, Duke. You're on my bed right now. Anyways, there's incredible power in being lonely. That can be one of your greatest teachers. Look at what it is that you are requiring in your loneliness, what it is you can't give yourself. I think being lonely truly can help you learn to love yourself, right? Because we do so many things, social media, TikTok, and chemicals. That's a good one. Being completely surrounded by people all the time. We do these things to remove ourselves from us. And it can be very uncomfortable to just sit with you, just to be you. And when you're alone, you have nobody else to look at. And when you're alone in nature, you don't even have internet. All you have to look at is yourself. And I think that is an incredibly powerful experience. So if you have the option, go just be completely alone in the woods, in the wilderness. That's really important for your soul. But it's one of those things, dive deep and explore that, but get up and get back out into the community because we need each other. Like Rafiki says. So that's my New Year's thoughts. If you feel alone, know that you are never actually alone, okay? You have your ancestors with you. You have guides. You have spirit with you all the time. And perhaps consider being alone for a bit. I think it would be good for y'all. It's been really good for me, but I'm also done. I'm ready to have community and whatnot. So I wish you all a beautiful new year. Thank you for being here. I totally jacked up the Rafiki quote. My bad. So I'm going to fix it. Here we go. The quote is, "A single twig may make smoke, but it will never make a fire." And that one hits deep for the new year because it's like we are going to have to do some things as a society, as a people, as communities where we come together to build a thing. With my research, that is very true. I cannot do it single-handedly. I need a lot of people. And I have this thing where asking for help for me is a sign of weakness. So this new year, I'm going to listen to the monkeys, okay? I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to try my best to bring my community, my people together to escape this loneliness that I have lived within. Learn from it, but I'm getting out. Okay? The other thing that I want to say that I think I failed to mention in the longer video is this, that I think that a lot of my loneliness state that I experienced was self-generated. It was an illusion that I trapped myself within. I had people, not physically, I was literally alone in the woods most of the time, but, I had people. There's cell phones. Mentally and emotionally, I partitioned myself off from other people. And that was my own doing, internally, externally. So it's to some degree, my loneliness was self-generated. To a pretty high degree, actually, I think so. Remember that your loneliness can be a great teacher. Remember that that state that you're in of loneliness, you're not actually trapped there. That's an illusion. Getting out of it's easier said than done, though. Okay. And remember that it's good to be in that state and to learn from it, but we need each other as a people. You know, our soul growth, our community building, solving complex problems cannot occur without having each other. So, and my hope for the new year is that, yeah, and in my life, I can work to create more of a communal sense. Get a bunch of twigs and light a big fire. That's what I'm trying to do. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful new year, everybody.